Halo guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me, Aprilia Mulyati from 4B, Department of English Education, State Islam University, Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. This is my third video on YouTube. Now, I'm going to review 10 articles that is related to each other. So, let's start begin. Okay guys, all of the articles is about education. The first article entitled Education Nowadays by Rita Johan and Johan Harlan. Okay, education nowadays has become prominent thing as it involves most people to take part in this matter. It cannot be separated from human's life, but both males and females need to be educated. Most people agree that education is a very important thing in their lives. The main purpose of education is to bring human beings to enlightenment so that they know what is right and what is wrong. We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Okay guys, we move to the next article. The title is The Importance of Teaching Moral Values to the Student by Nurlaila Sari. This article related to the previous article that the character is main purpose of education. Moral values have to be taught to the student to decrease a moral decadence. The question is how to teach the moral values to the student. Education is the best way to teach moral values to the student. Education needs educators or teachers and strategies to deliver the materials. And the fact, there is a moral decadence. There are several cases that were done by the teenager or student, such as crime, married by accident, drugs, gangster, and free sex, and so on. That the teaching of the moral values at school is important thing to be done because moral values can make the students' behavior better, because moral values lead the student to decide the good and the bad thing in their life. Okay guys, talking about the education, of course it has relation with the teachers because the teachers is an important thing or important element in education. To meet with the main purpose of education, there are a concept that recognizing the teacher competence, especially in English. Okay, this article, it is a third article that is related to the previous article. The title is The Concept of Pedagogical Content Knowledge, Recognizing the English Teacher's Competence in Indonesia by Umi Kulsum. There are 4 components are needed for English teachers in Indonesia. Okay, first, PCK domain of knowledge of curriculum includes in the competence of pedagogy. And pedagogy knowledge, the teacher considers to develop the learning curriculum and mention the principle of the instruction. Second, PCK of knowledge of subject matter integrates with teacher's professional competence. The teacher should be understanding the materials on the language knowledge. Third, PCK of knowledge of learners integrates with pedagogy and social competence. At this stage, teachers should recognize and understand student potential and ability. And last, PCK of pedagogical knowledge integrates with pedagogy and professional competencies. It is related to the teacher's learning organization in the class, which invites their creativity in transforming the materials. Now, we are going to talk about foreign language for young learners. The fourth articles entitled The Portrait of Teaching English as a Foreign Language for Young Learners by Fety Purwitasari. This article, which focuses on strategies used by teachers when teaching English as a foreign language to primary school students. As one of the foreign language in Indonesia, English is a compulsory subject from primary up to tertiary. Although many private schools had started to use or teaching English long before the public school did, but the teaching English at the schools was unsatisfactory. Teaching English to child is not the same with teaching English to adult because it has something to do with helping children to achieve the goals and objectives deemed to be important by society in ways that are consistent with sound psychological principles of childhood. Okay, we move to the next article. The previous article is talk about young learners, but in this article is talk about junior high school. The case of this article is Iranian student. The title of this article is Current Challenge in Teaching Learning English for EFL Learners, the case of junior high school by Zahra Akbari. Teaching English as a foreign language is a challenging task in developing countries in general and in Iran in particular. The students in English classes do not have common background knowledge because some of them are trained in rural areas in which unqualified English teachers teach them while other students are taught in urban areas having access to a lot of classroom facilities to gain advantage of. Okay guys, now we are in 6th article. The title is English as a Second Language Student and English Language Anxiety Issues in the Mainstream Classroom by Eleni Papamichel. The affective environment of a classroom can affect learning to such a degree that teachers must take off anxiety. Avoidance was the most common strategy. Students use other, more elaborate strategies as well, including enlisting friends to act as intermediaries, respond and using writing to express themselves. In this case, the teachers plays an important role in the class to solve this anxiety. This article is related to the next article. The title is Becoming the Effective English Teachers in the 21st Century, What Should Know and What Should Do. In the 21st century, students should be taught that the 21st century skills preparing them to for successful learning, life, and work. There is the characteristic of 21st century teachers. First, the adapter. Teachers can adapt the curriculum and dynamic teaching experience, covering different learning styles. They grasp the concept that 21st century education is not one size fits all. Teachers adapt model of teaching depended on the needs and interests of students. Second, the visionary. Teachers must see the potential of the use of tools and web technologies in their class, looks across the disciplines and curricula, relates other fields to reinforce their own teaching and the learning. Third, the collaborator. Teachers collaborate with technology tools and with students or fellow with student or fellow teachers in terms of sharing, contributing, adapting, and inventing. Fourth, the risk taker. Teachers take risks and sometimes surrender to the students' knowledge. Next, the learner. Teachers become the best of lifelong learners. Be ready to change and learn as the education changes. Next, the communicator. Teachers are fluent in tools and technologies that enable communication and collaboration with students, college, and parents. Also, this article is related to the next article. The title is Being an English Teacher in Industrial Revolution 4.0, an overview about roles, challenges, and implications by L. Angelinawati. The previous article mentioned that technology became a characteristic of teacher in 21st century. Also, this article deals with technology, of course. In correlation to the fusion of digital learning technologies within the system of education in the era of Industry 4.0, English teachers are expected to have and be aware of the appropriate roles to be played during the lesson. Okay, we move to the next article, and the article still related to the previous article. The title is Teaching and Learning with Technology, Effectiveness of ICT Integration in Schools by Seamin. Integration of information, communication, and technology will assist teachers to the global requirement to replace traditional teaching methods with a technology-based teaching and learning tools and facilities. Still talk about the technology, we move to the last article. The title is Technology as a Motivational Factor in Foreign Language Learning by Panagiotis Panagiotidis. It is a common belief that engagement and motivation are crucial factors in learning and especially in language learning. As far as language learning is concerned, the use of technology involves a variety of tools and strategies. In foreign language classroom, properly designed activities for presentation practice, assessment, testing, reference, communication, or simulation, but also for creation, production, and publishing are used by students. Okay guys, in conclusion, education is essential in humans' life. As time goes by, system of education change dynamically following the needs of human beings and following the times. There are still many things that need to be improved in order to get a good system of education. Therefore, all of the people need to be involved to improving it so that the education system gets better and better every year. Maybe that's all from me. I hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.